Hello, everybody. Welcome to Same Spirit Gaming. My name is Matt.
And I'm Jordan.
And if you saw the last episode of Earthlock, you'll realize this is not where we left things off. I realized, as I was, trying to level grind, particularly Pat and Olia, I was in, the plains near Suvia, went up to this place that I hadn't been to before.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure this is another spot where I'm supposed to find one of the ingredients for the thing. The main thing.
Alright.
Because we had only gotten 2 before this.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking this might be another spot that we need to go. And since it's here and not over in Nunar or wherever that ice place was, maybe the enemies will be a bit more reasonably leveled for my characters.
Basically, that was not the right area. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yeah, I think I went out of turn.
It's weird, though, because that train was doable.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, hey, as any truly good open-ish world game is, you have the potential to go to some places, even if it's not the next suggested thing.
That's true.
Okay, what is going on with this area here? Oh, hello. That might explain some stuff. Okay. So yeah, I've been working on Pat and Olia in particular, kind of swapping the other 4 as needed to not have them get too over-leveled relative to the others.
Right.
We've gotten to the point of having Ammon and Pat's bond at level 2. I've also gotten, I think, Nard and Olia's bond at level 2. With some other bonds being at various levels. I realize you can't see it here, but I did a whole bunch of ammo crafting for Ammon.
Nice. Very nice.
So shouldn't have to worry too much about running out of that. This is not a good stance for Olia to be in for this battle. Because this thing will not attack physically, straight up. Alright, so I guess I'll change her stance for now. Nart, I guess we'll just hit it with a little club.
Hit it with the club. Hit it with the club. Last episode, or maybe it was the episode before last one. You
recently.
You almost killed the boss with the club. With Nart's club. That would have been hilarious.
Of course that missed.
So this is a little unrelated to the episode, but before this recording session, I was having trouble with my monitor, and I couldn't get Blue Fire to work, and I tried to plug it into my laptop before Matt started playing this game, and it was completely... I had to, unplug the monitor completely. It just literally didn't work. I don't know what happened, but... No, it's working. Sorry, that was a total tangent.
Alright. So I get the red Omri to activate that thing so I could go through the fire.
Nice.
Maybe after the next battle, I will swap Nart out. I've kind of been going back and forth, anytime Nart needs to swap out, I've swapped in Ive, because she has some healing stuff. Not as much, but some.
Yeah.
And then I've been, going back and forth with Ammon and Taika.
Yeah, I see the companion levels are higher. That's definitely a good idea.
Yeah, great. I need more stuff to... okay. Well, now there's this lantern here.
Good, good. Auto resurrected. Oh, that's just informing.
Yeah, that's
you.
the one talent thing
Okay.
that I equipped before.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hold up. Why is Amon getting a second turn in a row? Not gonna argue with it, but just I'm confused. I might as well do a little healing, I guess. There's not a whole lot else that can be done with Nart and Olia's super stance, because like Veteran is Olia's other stance where she does all the counterattacks and stuff. That's
Okay.
especially having that as a super stance isn't like all that helpful in most situations.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be able to like taunt an entire enemy team. It's really the
Right.
only use I see for it. And Nart just got stunned. Yay.
That defense up. Excuse me. That defense up helps a lot.
Burning. Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like the buffer doesn't really do much to reduce damage from status effects.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, Nart and Olia's bond just went up too. Interesting.
Nice.
So, from that, in case anyone's curious, that means at least when the two of them are together,
Ooh.
some of Olia's attacks and Nart's club all have 20% chance to deal double the damage.
I'm not sure it helps much with the club, but
Yeah,
you know.
but as things stand, I'm kind of going to be swapping out Nart with Ive.
Yeah.
I'll worry about talent points in between recordings.
Okay.
Okay. I'll activate this thing, which means this fire goes away. This is just kind of like a confusing labyrinth of things going on. And now there's yellow. Where do I get the yellow from?
I'm sure there's a lantern somewhere.
Is there anything else over this way that I could potentially go past?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I guess that one thing I just activated was for both sets of things.
I'm playing a turn-based RPG where there's one character that you can use. So you only get on that game. You only get a certain number of overworld abilities, but one character has a super powerful overworld ability that just immediately kills an enemy without entering this kind of a battle. So you can only do it like 5 times without having to go rest or regenerate or whatever. But so nice in some situations like this where you could just give the whole fight to get the energy. I mean, it doesn't work on all enemies, of course, but something like this.
Ive's kind of my only healer in the group now, which is
Yeah.
a bit unfortunate, but oh well. And I don't want to use any super stances just yet.
Yeah, that's not
Great.
right.
But now people are like getting electrocuted and oh my gosh, Amon. Fine. I'll have Ive finish it off. And
one
Amon and
died.
Pat's bond just went up.
Nice.
Which means
Buzzkill.
damage against flying creatures is increased by 75%.
Okay. Could be
I'd have to,
useful.
you know, have Amon in a blaster stance or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I guess maybe Pat's one, like, electric attack thing could hit flying enemies.
Yeah. I don't know. I do not know.
Okay, now we activate this. And we go up.
An elevator. Cool.
To where have we been elevated? Another area with, I'm sure, more lanterns and more fire to get around. And oh, but it's not just lanterns here. Great. So these are electro air mirrors, meaning do not use electricity or wind magic.
Yeah.
Of course that missed, but Amon can still do this kind of thing. So not electro. So ice would work, or water, or fire. If I remember right, water is what I have the most of, so I'm gonna do that.
Usually does a lot of damage.
Well, they're drowning.
Nice.
I'm not gonna have him. I'm not gonna have Pat do its super stance thing, because that would be electro damage.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh, what the heck?
Okay, so maybe now I will also add Fire Blast?
Sure. Burning.
Get him drowning and burning. Electro Weakness. I guess technically Pat can sort of heal somebody else, but only by taking life away from himself. This whole channel life ability channels 50% of Pat's health to the target.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I
That
guess
could be
he's,
useful.
especially against really physical enemies, like, he's just an absolute physical defense tank. So,
Yeah.
I guess in those kind of situations, you could have him use his health to heal somebody else, and then have another person heal him, and it kind of works out better overall that way.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Hey, there we go. Jeez. Kind of makes me wish Olio would have hit before. But I was also
Yeah.
using the slashing strike then, not the stabbing. Why not? Just for good measure, let's add freezing damage.
Dad.
Okay. You got some kind of branching pathways here, although this just leads to a chest. Got a resilience trait thing. Okay, there's the thing I gotta activate. And there's the lantern. Alright. Fighting a single lantern should work out a little bit better. Man, I really want to attack with Ive, but I need her to heal people. Yay, burning. Huh. Maybe should have thought about that at the start of the battle. Oh well. Okay, first aid. Oh, Olia definitely needs some help.
Yeah.
Doggone it, Amon. And Olia. Why are you both missing? Alright, you know what? Just for curiosity's sake, I'll put the amplifier on the lantern. I thought that was supposed to add extra piercing damage. Alright. Go ahead and have Ive heal herself. Ha!
Uh-oh.
How did that happen? And oh my gosh, Amon! Like, you're gonna make me do this with Ive again, aren't you?
Yay.
Okay. So I can actually use some of these healing items and stuff outside of battle.
Oh, that's nice.
So especially for some of the lower grade healing items.
Yeah, like those. You should just
Like-
use all of them.
Yeah, I just bought a bunch of them anyway, just cuz. But I've got a bunch of the, like, healing elixirs, too. Well, 10 of each.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully this will be enough to keep Olia alive for a little while. Otherwise, if things start getting worse, I might have to just keep Nart in the party anyway.
Yeah.
Seems like there should be something over here, but I'm not seeing anything.
Maybe ghosts? I don't know. That we don't want to fight, right? I'm not sure.
Oh, more of these
Oh,
guys.
wow.
Yay.
Big dudes. Well, what do you say I get the passage out while we're battling these guys?
Yeah, I say I'm probably going to be here a while, so that seems like a decent idea.
That was a big hit, though. Wow.
Yeah. That crit, though.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to put... no, not Absorber. I'm going to do Amplifier on the other mirror. And
Ooh,
hopefully it'll take extra damage from future attacks. Also, Amon's got a crit guarantee for his next hit.
Oh, man. Okay, this is going to be a quick fight, then.
But I'm sure there's still going to be more stuff going on in this place in general. So
Yeah. Okay.
feel free to get to the Bible verses.
Okay, well, this is from Judges 14, and it's going to be verses 8 and 9. And this is about Samson. For those who don't know, Samson was one of the judges in Judges in the book. And basically, if you don't know, the people of Israel kept turning away from God and back to God, back and forth. Every time they would turn away, God would kind of allow not great things to happen to them because, you know, they turned away from God. And so it would be like people would come and conquer them, and they would cry out for help, and then God would have someone rise up and bring them back and save them. Samson was one of those judges, although less moral and less was more sketchy than the other ones. But and here's just yeah.
Then the other one's up to that point.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
It's
Good clarification.
trust me when I say it kind of got worse after him.
Yes. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah. But this is just a passage. These two verses kind of highlight in what way he was less moral and can't think of the right word, but whatever, you understand. So yeah, verses 8 and 9, Judges 14. Sometime later, when he went back to marry her... Oh, okay, sorry, maybe a little more context. Okay, so basically, he found a girl that he's going to marry. It's a Philistine woman, which right off the bat is a no-no, because Israelites are supposed to marry other Israelites. So that's what this is talking about. Sometime later, when he went back to marry her, he turned aside to look at the lion's carcass, and in it he saw a swarm of bees and some honey. He scooped out the honey and with his hands... he scooped out the honey with his hands and ate as he went along. When he rejoined his parents, he gave them some, and they too ate it. But he did not tell them that he had taken the honey from the lion's carcass. Okay, and just a little more context that I forgot to give. What had happened with the lion is he tore it apart with his bare hands with the strength of God, because he was getting attacked by it. So, sorry, yeah, I forgot to give that too. Matt is better at giving context before reading these things. But okay, so he, there was some honey in there and bees, and he took some of the honey and ate it and gave some to his family. It sounds, I don't know, relatively normal, except it is not. That is not okay either, because you're not even supposed to touch dead animals at all. You're considered unclean if you do that in Jewish law. So not only did he touch the carcass, but he ate the honey from it and then gave it to his family and didn't tell them where it came from. So this is like a lot of bad things all at once. And this is before he, starts really using God's strength to do different things. So I don't know, just it's an interesting story, and it really highlights how God can work through imperfect people and maybe even, debatably bad people. I don't know if I would say he was a bad person, but, it's possible for God to work through these kind of situations to ultimately bring about his own will and his own plan and maybe good things for others, because they were saved through this. So yeah, it's there's so much depth you could go into with the story and Samson and everything, but
there's a lot that happens after that, but it's actually a pretty important piece of Samson's story that kind of triggers a lot of what he does later.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, wait. Have I already been here? It's showing red stuff. Okay, let me go back this way.
And then there's the whole... He slaughtered a bunch of people with the jaw of a donkey, which again is touching something that was dead. And he basically said, I'm making an ass out of all these people because I'm killing them with the jaw of an ass. It's like, all this stuff.
And that is a biblical thing there. We're not trying to use vulgar language or anything.
Yes, yeah. That's I think a direct quote. Yeah.
At least in some translations.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold up.
I'm gonna check for NIV if it says. But
okay, so that one I can't take out, but the one... Okay. I see how this whole area is working now.
Okay, I got the pillar of colors there. Okay, in NIV it is not translated that way, so
yeah,
my apologies for...
That might be a King James kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's more Old English, I guess. Yeah, so in NIV it says, Samson said, with a donkey's jawbone I have made donkeys of them. With a donkey's jawbone I have killed 1,000 men. Anyway, the you get the point.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about it is that, like I said, that is kind of part of what leads to a whole bunch of other things that basically wind up with God using Samson to work against the Philistines and sort of break their hold over Israel, or at least diminish it significantly.
Right, yeah. Yeah, King James does not say donkey, put it that way. Anyway, that was his story. So, like, when I was growing up, we didn't really focus on this era of the Bible that much. We learned a lot about the Old Testament, but I mean, I get it. You don't teach kids this like violent story. That like it's not the first thing people jump to.
No,
So
we teach them the other story about Samson, basically ultimately getting revenge against the Philistines and like tearing down the arena or whatever where they were holding him captive, and
Yeah.
winds up killing, I think, like 3,000 of them because of that.
When I read it as an adult, I was like, "Oh wow, this is I've never seen this before." It's not even the most gruesome story in the Bible either.
Nope.
But there's a purpose for all of it, and what is this thing you're fighting?
It's some fire thing.
Oh, we've seen this before. Okay, I remember now.
Alright, I brought Nart into the party, at least for a little while, to do some extra healing. I think after this battle, I'm gonna swap somebody out. Might swap Ive out for Olia for the next battle, and then just, have Nart heal Olia that way. I don't know if there's actually too much else going on in this little subsection, which works out because we're getting kind of close to the time to wrap things up. So I noticed that any of the Omri charge that I get from these stationary lanterns, that I can take into another room and do this with. But like if I go back to this other area, assuming it doesn't respawn the enemies, if I try to take just this floating energy here from a defeated lantern enemy, and I try to leave the room, it just goes away.
Okay.
So that's how they force you to go into all three of the different paths here. But I guess we'll have to continue from here in the next episode.
Yeah.
So should be wrapping up the Tower of Dur, I think is what it's called.
Tower of Dur.
Tower of Dur.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Feel free to like the video if you did, and subscribe to see more stuff.
Yeah. Yes, please.
But until next time, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.